I wanted to make a quick video on this container grown papaya that has its very first fruit set. I'm not exactly sure how old this plant is. It was gifted to me in 2017 and was estimated to be about a year old. There were no tags on it when I received it, so I'm not even sure what variety this is. It originally came in a 10.5-inch container, and I wound up transplanting it to a 12-inch container in early 2019. I used some cactus soil mix that I got from a big box store, and I also mixed in a little worm castings. The plant continued to do well and put on new growth. In November of 2019, it produced a few flower buds. I've never grown papayas before, so I had to do a little research to get more information on their fruiting cycle. I found that there are several varieties that fall into 3 types of plants. There are the male plants that only produce male flowers, female plants that only produce the female flowers, and then there's the hermaphroditic plant, which produces both male and female flowers. On occasion, a male or female plant, they have been known to produce both flowers. And only a female flower that has been pollinated with the male flower will produce the fruit. Here's the first flower that bloomed. And here's a better view of the flower. The plant continued to produce flowers on through February. All the flowers eventually dried and fell off without producing any fruit. Then in August, once again, it began to produce flowers, but once again, none wound up setting any fruit. In April of 2021, I decided to transplant it to a larger pot. I used the same type of soil mix as before, and this time I moved it up to a 15-gallon container. Within a few months, it began to flower once more. I also wanted to mention that I have 3 other papayas that I have growing along this section of my yard. These are Red Lady Papaya varieties, and they are hermaphroditic or self-pollinating variety. They also began to produce flower buds around the same time as the container-grown papaya. Since I wasn't sure if the container-grown papaya was a self-pollinating variety or not, I decided to hand-pollinate it. I used a small paintbrush to hand-pollinate. To pollinate the flower, all I did was I brushed the inside of the flower to collect some pollen, and I made sure to collect a good amount on the brush. After collecting the pollen from one plant, I transferred it to the flowers on another plant. I repeated the process for all flowers as they bloom, gathering pollen from the container grown, and then moving it over to the Red Lady Papayas, and then gathering some from the Red Lady Papayas, and then back to the container-grown papaya. Within a few weeks, the container-grown papaya began to develop fruit. The Red Lady Papaya planted in the ground also began to set its very first fruit. And it's still producing flower buds. By this time, the container-grown papaya had managed to produce two small papayas. And it also was still developing flower buds. Here's what they look like now. They have put on a little more size, and they have a deep green color and are looking healthy, so I hope they'll reach maturity. It's still producing flower buds, and I've been hand pollinating them. Most of the flowers have dried without setting fruit, but there are still plenty of blooms. Hopefully I can get at least one or more of these flowers to set. Here are the Red Lady Papayas. So far, the one on the far left is the only one that has set any fruit. It's put on good size and is doing well. It's still producing flowers, so hopefully I can get a few more to set some fruit. This other one here is just starting to produce flower buds. They're at the very early stages and are just beginning to develop. This other one also has a few flower buds. They're a little further along in development, and this one here is just about ready to bloom. I will be hand pollinating all of these as they come into bloom. Hopefully I'll get a few of them to set. I'll be sure to keep you posted on the progress. Well, that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed watching, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing so you can follow along, and don't forget to click on the bell notification so that you don't miss any newly uploaded videos. As always, stay safe, grow your own, and thank you for watching.